Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day in the midst of all this avowed craziness. Don't think that I've forgotten about Solasta 2. The demo for it is supposed to come out next week, and we've been lucky enough that Tactical Adventures has dropped another update explaining more about the new subclasses that will be available and what kind of content we can expect in the upcoming demo. It's really exciting stuff, so I figured, you know what? Let me go ahead and comb through the update and share all of the goodies with you all. Alright, first and foremost, all of the updates from Tactical Adventures have started with a cat picture. And I know I've got quite a few cat people in the community and definitely in the Discord, so I figured, hey, might as well go ahead and start it that way. But moving on, the first thing that they cover is, hey, I want to play the Steam demo next week, but I don't know how to play D&D, and they make it clear that's not going to be an issue because they're going to feature illustrated tutorials when you come across new features or actions, and if you miss them or want to read them again, you can always find them in the menu. So they're definitely going to put a lot of effort into providing players with all the information that they need. So even if you're completely new to D&D mechanics, you can still have a great time with this game. Now, moving on, another feature that they're going to offer in the settings is helpful dice. So many times players might feel like they're getting bad RNG or bad random number generator, right? And so you just feel like the dice are working against you, and helpful dice are going to kind of slant the dice your way to help ensure that most of the time you're going to win, and also to help ensure that you don't feel like somehow the dice are just cursed and that something is wrong with how the algorithm is running them. So not something I would turn on, but it's good to have that option for people who are frustrated by that. Now, in the demo that's coming out, your band of heroes is pre-selected. You will not be able to create your own custom heroes, and all of them will be level 3s. Tactical Adventures felt like this is a high enough level where you're going to be able to play around with some of the mechanics, but also still low enough where there'll be things to look forward to when you get into the full adventure. Also, keep in mind that this slice of gameplay in the demo is completely separate from the main campaign, so you don't have to worry about spoiling yourself by participating in the demo. None of this content is going to be what's actually a part of Solasta 2. And they also mentioned that if you do all of the content, it's going to take you around to 2 to 3 hours. So I'm definitely going to live stream this next week. It is, I think, releasing on the 24th. So I'll be live streaming it on the channel, but I'll be live streaming it at our usual time, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, as opposed to taking a day off and trying to make a full day of it the way I did with some of the other releases in February, because most likely we'll be able to get through the entirety of the demo in one play session, no problem. While they are looking at making Solasta 2 co-op, the demo is only going to be playable solo, and you're not going to be able to level up. So you're going to be stuck at level 3. And this gives you a better full picture of the 4 characters you'll be able to play as when we go through the demo, and we're going to review them one by one starting now. Now, the first one is Knut, and he's a dwarven paladin. He is sworn to the Oath of Liberation, which is a new subclass for Solasta 2, and it's aimed at those who would see all slaves freed from the shackles of their oppressors. And you can see him about to smite this evil crab enemy. Now, as a level 3 paladin, Knut will already have access to channel divinity. True to his oath powers, they will help him rescue others and shake away would-be pursuers with blinding castigation, which will allow him to blind an enemy from afar for up to 1 minute. Could be very, very useful, especially against melee combatants. Now, as is typical of paladins, Knut is going to have a large HP pool and AC to prevent him from getting damaged by conventional attacks, and he can also offer some heals in a pinch with lay on hands, and potentially dish out heavy damage with his Paladin's Divine Smite. Really looking forward to playing around more with him. A unique Paladin subclass sounds awesome. And I wonder, considering the nature of his oath, if the concept of slavery and people being held in bondage is going to be a major factor in Solasta 2. Hopefully, we'll know soon. All right, next up is Neyra, and I apologize, I might be completely butchering these names, but we can't hear anyone say them, so I'm just going to make a guess. Neyra is a fighter cleric. So, as I mentioned before, Solasta 2 is going to have multi-classing, which was not available in the original Solasta game. So, very exciting. Now, they mentioned that fighter cleric is no Sakardin, which is a sorcerer or an paladin, or coffee lock. Now, I know that's half warlock. I don't know what coffee is supposed to be referencing. Maybe one of you can let me know down in the comments. But anyway, they provide this really cool screenshot, most likely of Neyra about to heal someone. And they mention that she's a simple level 2 fighter, level 1 life cleric, getting access to both action surge and second wind from her fighter levels, and Disciple of Life passive and divine spells from her life cleric ones. For those who aren't familiar with clerics, they have a decent health pool and access to heavy armor. And with the fact that she's part fighter, Neyra is a frontliner that can stand her ground next to Knut in combat. Super cool. I can't wait to see how well multi-classing is implemented in the game. And I think this armor set looks pretty freaking awesome. I think the scales are working well. I even like the way that mace look. Like, everything about this is absolutely working for me. Cannot wait to get my hands on the overall demo. Now, as I just mentioned, she is wearing scale armor, and so she's not wearing the plate armor you would see on a paladin. Her AC is not going to be quite as high, but she is, again, going to have healing spells, and she'll have second wind, so she's plenty formidable as a frontliner. Next up is Joralas, and he's an elven sorcerer, and his subclass is actually used in Solasta 1. He is a mana painter, which is a class that I never used, but apparently it's supposed to be about being able to draw mana from things that are around you. Now, he's going to be your primary source of area effect damage. He's going to be able to use Burning Hands or Shatter to dispatch groups of enemies. And even though he's only at level 3, Tactical Adventures is going to give you the full suite of meta magic options that would be available to a sorcerer, but usually you would have to be at a much higher level in order to get them. So during the demo, Joralas was going to be able to use, or will actually have access to, 2 options out of this list: Careful Spell, Distance Spell, Empowered Spell, Heightened Spell, Quickened Spell, and Twin Spell. And of course, if you're familiar at all with sorcerer mechanics, you know the meta magic options are a big deal and a big reason to be so excited. Cannot wait to drop down twinned fireballs once again. Now, obviously, as a sorcerer, he cannot wear armor at all. He does have access to the shield spell, which was crazy powerful in Solasta 1. It'll be interesting to see if it's the same way in Solasta 2. But beyond that, he's going to be much more vulnerable than your other frontliners, so you're going to have to watch him carefully. And then last on the list is Daisy. So Daisy is a level 3 scavenger rogue, which once again is a new subclass in Solasta 2 that is inspired by the scavenger faction of the first game, or one of the DLCs from the first game. Now, it is quite possible that they will change the name of this archetype in the final game, as scavengers are not present in Neokos, which is the new area we are going to be exploring in. That being said, as a scavenger rogue, she loves to tinker with her gear, and thanks to Serrated Edge, she will inflict an additional 1d6 slashing damage to the first creature she hits every turn, making her more of a menace on top of her sneak attack. Now, the way she's built, you can use melee or ranged weapons in order to deal damage. And at this time, Solasta 2 does not have a limitation when it comes to swapping already equipped weapon loadouts. So you can supposedly go kind of crazy with her and just switch back and forth between different types of weapons to do whatever it is that you want to do. Of course, she's going to be a little bit more durable than Joralas because she has a higher health pool and light armor, but she's still not going to be someone you want taking heavy blows. So even if you use her in melee distance, you kind of want to dip in and then dip out so that enemies are not able to get free shots against her. And then finally, Tactical Adventures does mention that they're going to have yet another community stream on Friday the 21st, and that supposedly they're going to show some gameplay during this stream and show us some of the demos. So that should be very, very nice. Once again, February 21st, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But that's it. That's the full update. Again, I'm very, very excited. I think Solasta 2 is looking fantastic. I can't wait to play the demo and do more coverage for this game. I'm hoping that Tactical Adventures is going to go all out and we're in store for something really, really special. If you like this kind of content, if you're interested in more things regarding Solasta, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're definitely going to be covering this game and other CRPGs. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. I would definitely appreciate it. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.